worship we brought in. I'm glad that everyone's being involved. That first off, we're having a great time. Who's having a fun time tonight? Anyone? All right. I hope you guys are. This is something new, something fun. Um, Noah, you're crazy. I love how you literally just drink. You like volunteered to do that. I would never do that. It's pretty awesome. And you drink it all. I guess if you want to eat that, that's up to you. So. All right. So tonight I'm going to be speaking on, I'm not really a preacher. Well, but tonight's more, I guess we would say, preaching. Little bit of both, little best of both worlds. So if you guys want to stand for the word real quick, it's going to be Proverbs 2:6 and James 1:5. All right. I'm reading from the NLT version, and Proverbs 2:6 says, "For the Lord grants wisdom; from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding." And James 1:5 says, "If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and he will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking." You may be seated. All right. I've taught you guys so long, but for some reason, whenever you're on a stage and you guys are looking at me, and there's the lights, and we're not back in the kitchen or the other classroom, you feel a little bit more nervous. So just wanted to let you guys know that. You guys are making me feel nervous right here. And I know you guys love that. So, all right. So what I'm teaching on tonight is clout versus wisdom. And some of you are like, you guys have an idea of what you might think clout is. And we look at people and we say, well, they have a lot of clout. That's a common term now. Whenever I was your guys' age, and I feel old now, we never said, oh, man, you got clout. That was like a kind of new term. Whenever I was 22, 23, people started saying clout, clout, clout. And it's like, what's clout? And basically, it's our version of what we said, oh, man, that's cool. You got swag. And so, times has changed. And you guys don't say swag anymore because I still say swag. And people kind of look at me like, you still say that? No. So what does clout mean? Clout means is influence or power, especially in politics or business. And then what does wisdom mean? Wisdom is the soundness of an action or decision with regard to the application of experience, knowledge, and good judgment. All right, that one has like a lot more definition, a lot more meaning. So the last part says experience, knowledge, and good judgment. First part, it says experience. Clout doesn't have anything about experience, knowledge, or good judgment. It just says the influence or power. So both of these alone are good, but you can achieve both together, the results will be amazing. 1 Peter 2:9 says, "But you are not like that, for you are a chosen people, you are a royal priest, a holy nation, God's very own possession. As a result, you can show others the goodness of God, for he called you out of the darkness into his wonderful light." So what is that saying? That's saying with your influence, with your power, you can show your, per se, clout. So the way we think we can achieve this is by having clout. People looking at us and wanting to be like us or copy us. How many of you feel good, you're wearing something, somebody's like, oh man, that's swaggy, that looks good, that, people like your outfit, but yeah, oh look, Candace coming in late, just kidding. I love what you're wearing, and she's like, wow, I feel better now, because I've gave her a compliment. So I'm going to read a few names, and I want you guys to think about them for a few seconds. Some of them you hate, some of them you like, some of them you have mixed feelings. So when I mention Donald Trump, don't talk about it, just kind of think about it. What do you think about whenever I say Donald Trump? A lot of you think, oh, the president of the United States. Some of you think a wall. Some of you think this guy's crazy, he's going to blow us up. Like, you all have different opinions, and you kind of talk about him because that's like a subject in your minds. Hillary Clinton. We're in Texas. You guys hate Democrats here. Exactly. Justin Bieber. Some of you girls are like, oh, I like him. Some of you guys are like, See, we get different feelings. I say Lecrae, Christian rapper. Some of you guys are like, oh, he has good music. Some of you guys are like, I don't even like his beats. LeBron James. I hate LeBron James just because he's really good, and I've never, I want him on my team. If he's on my team, I like him. Luka Doncic, up-and-coming player. This person, I had no idea who she was, but apparently she's top on the billboards, Billie Eilish. So, yeah, all you guys are like, oh yeah, I know who he is. I have zero clue who that was. Then I say somebody like Adolf Hitler, and we're like, oh my gosh, it's the worst guy ever. Gandhi, and then we think, oh my gosh, he's one of the best guys ever, because I don't know if you guys know who Gandhi is, learned about him yet. He was from India, and he brought them away from the British monarchy, and he basically freed his people. Martin Luther King. We think of Martin Luther King, he brought together America. Joel Osteen. We're like, don't know about that guy. And then we say Lee Stoneking, and some of us are like, oh yeah, Lee Stoneking, like, love that guy if I could be like him. So some people who think about you, some people who think about and you want to be, while others you think about negatively and don't want to be. So How many people here would want to be Adolf Hitler? All right, first off, I asked the wrong crowd for that. I knew some of you would raise your hands. Nobody here wants to have the stigma that's behind him. However, if you were the people on this list and you don't like what they did, you could and you could change that. How many of you would want to be Adolf Hitler if you could change everything he did? I think pretty much everyone here, and I'll explain what I'm saying, because some of you are like, what? What are you saying? So Hitler could have used his fame to restore a nation, however he destroyed it. We all know who that is. So whenever he was coming up to power, he started getting votes. People started liking who Adolf Hitler was. And he had influence upon people based on his actions. And people thought he was a good and a great guy. But later on, after he was back in political power, he basically, we know about World War II, he destroyed it. And then we look at Gandhi. He's this little old, literally 5'0", skinny guy, barely could walk half the time, but he was known for fasting. He was known for his silent and peaceful protest. And this guy changed the nation because through India, they became a free nation because of him. So obviously in today's day and age, we don't think of people like that. We think of Instagrammers and YouTubers. So for me, my favorite YouTuber, I literally watch one YouTuber now, and that's Mr. Beast, because all you guys know who Mr. Beast is. He gives away so much free stuff, and he's somebody who has clout and is using his clout for good. So if we could be like, I don't know if you saw the video, he gave away $1 million. I'm just like, wow, if I could give away $1 million, like, put your hand on this box, you get $1 million. So they call themselves influencers. However, what they do influences people based on perception. Now we're going to kind of get into the meat of the message. Amen, amen. Clout used alone is not bad, but if these people had used wisdom, they could have done good. So we look at other YouTubers who may or may not have the best perception, and I really don't know. You could kind of think about YouTubers, Instagrammers, influencers, who you think about. A lot of people are based off of what they wear, what they dress, and how they look is how they receive clout. And that's honestly not the best way to receive it, because you negatively affect people. Clout used alone is not bad, all right? However, what all these people are searching for, and what we as humans seek after, is significance. How many people here want to be worthless and worth nothing and never amount to anything? Don't raise your hand, Bible quizzer. I know you. Don't raise your hand. The main goal for any person in life is to have a life that is meaningful, to know that your life is valued and you are worth something that people seek for. If we live our life every single day, day in and day out, doing nothing and being worthless, we feel terrible. We feel like trash. We feel like garbage. I know, because I was there. I'm not going to get into a sob story, but every single day I woke up and I felt worthless because nobody talked to me. Nobody wanted to be like me. I outcasted myself from everyone else. However, whenever you feel that you are doing something right and that you begin to have significance in life, that's when you feel you have a purpose and you can move forward. 1 Peter 2:9 says, "But you are not like that, for you are a chosen people, you are a royal priest, a holy nation, God's very own possession. As a result, you can show others the goodness of God, for he called you out of the darkness into his wonderful light." So what am I saying? I'm saying us, as Pentecostals, as apostolics, as Christians, whatever title you want to put upon yourself, you have an influence. Kyle and Noah and Nolan coming up here, drinking those shakes, they had an influence on you guys. You guys thought it was funny. You guys thought it was hilarious. Noah, it was kind of perfect. He didn't even know, but I'm going to use you as an example right now, because we had two people up here drinking a nasty shake, and you guys are laughing at them. And Noah's like, well, I want to drink a nasty shake too, because I want to see how it tastes. They're doing it. Why shouldn't I do it? And us as people, we don't realize how often that happens. So think about it this way. We're playing basketball. Me, Noah, Kyle, Nolan, we're hooping it up. Wilson's sitting on the sideline. Man, it's 2-on-2. Sorry, bro. It's 2-on-2. We can't have 3-on-2. That's no fun. And he's sitting on the side. We're influencing him in a way that he wants to come play basketball with us, because he wants to be involved. He wants to be a part of something. And so often we don't realize that every single day in our lives, we have a per se clout. And in order to use that clout, we have to use wisdom. And so let's say a third person comes up. Now, Wilson's a part of the team. Wilson's playing. And now we have 3-on-3, and he feels happy. And so that's per se a clout that we have on an every single day use of life. And the thing I really want to focus on is wisdom. So the way we think we can achieve everything is by having clout, by having influence. And that's what we've been told. We've been told that if you have 1 million Instagram followers, you're worth something. We've been told that if you wear this and you have a size 2 waist, and you wear a size 1 or whatever, you're worth something. We've been told that if you have the best body and you look this way and you're jacked, then you're worth something. But if you don't look this way and you don't have this car and you don't drive this and you don't have all this money, then you're basically worthless, because we've turned them materialistic. And I've come to tell you that that's not correct at all. That everyone here is worth something, because guess what? The man upstairs, God, he chose you. Proverbs 12:9 says, better to be an ordinary person with a servant than to be a self-important but have no food. What does that mean? He's saying it is better for us to all be here, be normal people, than to be anywhere else like an Instagrammer with 1 million people following us and they have nothing. They have no friends. They have nobody they can turn to. He says it's better to be in my house, be with me, be with God, than to be out there and have nothing. If you are self-centered and use clout for yourself, it will destroy you. So I was reading about the psychologist and how our minds work today, and so many people are self-centered. But if you use it to help others, you and others benefit. So what's that mean? So many people use their clout to bring themselves up. How many people have you ever seen on Instagram make an Instagram for somebody else and say, we're going to build this person, get him to 1 million followers? If you could tell me somebody, I'd give you like $20. You can't. So many people are self-centered. So we look at, I'm trying to think of a certain king right now, or somebody, but let's look at Donald Trump, for example. I kind of like the guy. We might hate him. So he's put forward America as his perception of he wants to build them up. We look at your pastor. Your pastor is not a self-centered person. He's put forth to build everyone else up. So when we use our clout for good, look what happens. We have about 25, 30 people here now. And from what I've heard 2-3 years ago, we had about 10. And that's phenomenal. So look what happens whenever we use clout for good. Matthew 23:12 says, but those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. What's that mean? If I bring myself up, I'm going to fall down. Somebody's going to make me fall off this ledge right here and push me off. And it's not going to be by my own choice, because I'm trying to bring myself up. And I'm trying to put you guys down. So, what is wisdom? Wisdom, the soundness of an action or decision with regard to the application of experience, knowledge, and good judgment. Wisdom is never power-driven, but purpose-driven. Think about that. People who have power and have wisdom are not, excuse me, people who have wisdom and are empowered that are purpose-driven create amazing things. Look at Martin Luther King. Y'all don't know his backstory. I know a lot of people don't know. We just look at this great guy who had all these things. Martin Luther King, he was born in the ghetto. Martin Luther King had nothing. And we think of like, oh, the ghetto. We think about, we look at how he is now. He was raised up in basically a one-bedroom apartment. I was reading on this, and I really hope it's correct, because, sometimes it's not correct. But he was raised in a one-bedroom apartment in the ghetto. He had nothing. But he said, I'm going to change this. And he went to other people who were smarter and who had been there before, and he used wisdom. And each and every one of you here today, you have Nolan, you have Brother Alders, you have me, you have Wilson. You have people who have been there before who can help you. And that's what we're here for. And that's what you're here for. So Proverbs 4:7, what does it say? Does anyone here know how to get wisdom? Raise your hand if you know. Okay. Proverbs 4:7 says, getting wisdom is the wisest thing you can do. What's that mean? So you guys are looking at me with a blank face. I'm almost done here. Getting wisdom is the wisest thing to do. And whatever else you do, go get wisdom, is what it says. What? What's that mean? How is getting wisdom the wisest thing I can do? And how do I even get wisdom if it says go get wisdom? Well, go study, go fast, go pray. This is saying recognize you need wisdom and do something about it. If everyone wants to stand in closing. We're going to do a call to action. So you will be tested. You'll be tried. Everyone here, you guys, each and every one of you get to make a choice whenever you walk out of this place today. You get to choose, am I going to be somebody who has a lot of clout and somebody who I want to have 1 million followers on Instagram and be self-promotion about myself and put other people down, or do I want to use wisdom and benefit myself and others? What you choose today benefits yourself tomorrow. So what's that mean? What I do today benefits me tomorrow. If I work out for the next 3 months straight, I won't have this gut anymore. If I pray for the next 3 months, well, I already do, but let's say I prayed 4 times every single day for the next 3 months straight, I would probably be on a spiritual level I had never seen before. So whenever we use wisdom in our daily walks, in our daily battles, in our daily trials, that's how you build yourself for success. And we often think that whenever I have a bad day, well, I'm going to start off. So New Year's resolutions, we just had them. Somebody's like, I'm going to lose weight. Somebody's like, I'm going to go to the gym more. And know what? After 1 or 2 days, they give up because it's like, I've never been there. And this is what I say. This is one of the biggest pieces of advice I want to tell you guys. If you have a bad day, well, we could have a better week. If I have a bad week, let's make it a better month. If I have a bad month, let's make it a better year. What's that mean? If I mess up today, there's always tomorrow. Just because I ate a cupcake today and I was supposed to be eating healthy doesn't mean I cannot eat a cupcake tomorrow and I'll eat healthy. So whenever we use wisdom, just because I was mean today and I used the popularity I had for wrong today doesn't mean I can't change tomorrow. Don't let one mistake, one little time, one little mess up influence you negatively. All right, let's go to God in prayer. Lord Jesus, I pray that what we have learned today will go into our hearts, into our minds, God. Lord, I pray that each of us begin to use wisdom and find a more understanding and bring this up to you, God. I pray, God, that you begin to touch our minds, touch our bodies, and let us begin to focus more on you and not on ourselves, God. I pray that everything we do be focused on you and not on us. Because, God, it's all about you and not about me. Amen.